every time you take a light meter reading, check the film speed dial is correct. Earlier, a few minutes ago, I walked up to the top of the hill, so I was in the same light that the end of the jetty is, and I took an incident light meter reading. That came to 1/60th of a second at f8. I decided to use f8 because I liked the way the trees in the foreground blurred with the shallow depth of field. In large format, you don't often use shallow depth of field, so I thought I would give it a go. So that slots in there, that slides across, and we are good to go. Now, double check, f8, 160, my light hasn't significantly changed, plus I gave a little bit more anyway. Now, we've got to make sure we open the correct dark side. Don't open this one, we open this one. In the meanwhile, is there a bird or something that's going to fly into the picture, hopefully? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Okay, remember, this is about $30 a click. So let me check again. Shutter's not cocked. Shutter wasn't cocked. There we go. It's in, that's in. Okay. One. That's about $30. Just taking the picture now, we've got to go through the rest of the workflow, which is making sure I don't double expose that. So yeah, I can't. F8 160. I need one of those chesty can things. Oh wait, I've got one. Okay, I mark that to make sure I do not expose it again, because then you probably end up with two wasted shots, one that's double exposed, and the other side, which you thought you'd taken a picture on, which would be blank, and that would be heartbreaking. For the next shot, I'll be using the Fujinon NSW 125mm, which is the full frame equivalent of a 22mm lens, and it'll be a different composition that'll be much wider, and it'll be getting all of this area in here. Okay, so I'm going to use my Lunar Pro S light meter with the Gossen telly attachment. Now the Gossen telly attachment's actually got a little waist level finder on it, so it's pretty cute. I'm not a big fan of spot metering, and this is sort of spot metering, but I know for the last photograph I took, I used 1/60th at f8. Okay, and that's EV12 there. See down here, EV12. So if I get around there, then I know I'm roughly in the right place. Now, notice here now I'm looking through the waist level viewfinder here. See how there's a red ring and a green ring? That relates to the 15-degree spot. See here? Oh, you can't do that one. See here, 15-degree spot. Sorry, pardon that. Or the 7.5-degree spot. And with the Lunar 6.3 and the Lunar Pro, you use these marks here to get when you're using the attachment. So I'm going to use, what have I got it set to? I'm going to use the 7.5-degree spot. Let's point it at something. There we go. Can you see that? Okay, now you need to point it at something basically mid-grey. Oh, there we go. That's a bit better. Come on, let me adjust this. There we go. Okay, I need 3 hands. I'm pointing it at the water. It's not gonna focus on me. There we go. I'm pointing it at the water around here, which is mid-grayish. Okay. I'm using the green spot. I take a meter reading, and it says it is 16 on the dial, and line up with the green, and that 1/60th at f8. Now that 1/60th at f8. Oh, sorry, I was scratching my head. That 1/60 at f8 reading that I made earlier was an incident light meter, which meant I just walked into the sun, and with the dome on, and I pressed the button, and it just worked. So I'm a big fan of incident reading, but I'm going to give this a go. Okay, so for this one I used a spot meter. It came up with the same thing I had before. I'm going to use that. By the way, I am now using my beast of a lens, which is a Fujinon SW120. It's huge, 82mm front. The lens weighs about 1 kilogram. Takes up most of my camera bag. So I'm going to be using, now for this shot, for the previous shot I wanted the plants out of focus. I don't for this one, so I'm going to shoot it at, what was it, an eighth of a second, f22 or f16. These lenses are much better. Well, they're designed to be used at f22, f16. I've got a little bit of, I've got 5mm of rise. I don't want to walk around the camera too much because it is a bit precarious. Can you see that? It is a bit precariously placed. And I don't want to walk it around because I'm going to bump it and then it's going to fall and I'm going to be heartbroken. But I just need depth of field. I've just focused on the, come on, focus. I've just focused on the Jetty. I'm going to set it to f22, and that's going to be, f22 is an eighth of a second. An eighth of a second's fine. I could, yeah, I know if I can find. The 120 lens covers whole plate with only about 25 millimeters, an inch movement either way. Oh, there's some people on thingy. That might be nice. Okay, let me hold on. Yeah, so there's basically a picture I got. The people that are walking up the stairs there. They were standing about there when I took the photo. It was an 1/8 of a second, so there will be a bit of movement. But the 120mm lens on whole plate is the equivalent of about a 20mm lens on 35mm. So it's ultra wide. So it's got a lot of surroundings in it. You'll like it. I hope I like it too. I'm going to be making I'm going to be developing this tonight, commitment, and making a cyanotype with it. So I should take a picture of the. There we go. There's the camera with the back on. Notice that the previous exposure is facing out. That's what you want. If you've already made a photo, if you've already exposed one side, that's the side that's got to be out of the camera when you take the next picture. That's the same with normal dark slides as well, by the way. Yeah, so there we go. There's that beast of a lens. The Fujinon NSW 1f8 125. You'll hear a lot of people grumbling that, oh, f8's so slow and all that. It's only a stop slower than 5.6. And besides, imagine what a 5.6 lens in that size would be. Okay, I've closed everything up. Sorry, I'm putting that down. I'll show you the picture. By the way, when it's $20, $30 a shot, you tend to be conservative over what you're photographing, which is of course not good really. Now, there's a lot of people on the internet say that, oh, the image on a ground glass is upside down and laterally reversed. It's not laterally reversed, it's upside down. And I say that because magic of cinema. That's how it looks in real life. So the Jetty goes from left to right. I've turned the camera upside down. The Jetty goes from left to right. So it's not laterally reversed. If it was laterally reversed, it'd be looking like that. The image in the little waist level viewfinder of the light meter is laterally reversed, but it's upright. With optics, a mirror will make an image upright, but it won't make it laterally reversed, laterally correct. For that you need a pentaprism, which is that lump of glass on SLR cameras at the top that you look through. And that is that's an interesting set of mirrors inside. Each of the angles is actually a mirror. So the image is sort of turning itself. Who would have thought of that? I guess their name was pentaprism. Oh, there's people on there now. Look at that. You'll see the people on that thing. That might make an interesting picture, but hey, that's enough. I mean, should I have sat here and waited for somebody to stand there? Yeah, maybe. Is it worth my while taking another one? No. For $30 with a slightly different variation like that? No. I'd recompose. I mean, if I was keen. Oh, I should talk about what actually attracted me to this whole scene here. Was that boat. That boat there. And I dearly love to get down onto the beach, but I can't see a way to get down there. Well, yes, I could get down there if I climbed down, but I can't. I'm not going to get down there with all of my camera gear there. So anyway, so there you go. By the way, this lovely body of water here is called Iron Cove. Let me stand up and show you where we are. We are on the western side of Sydney. That large bridge there is called Iron Cove Bridge. There's an older bridge just to the left of that. So there are two bridges going Iron Cove, and that road is Victoria Road. That's one of the main roads out of Sydney. Can I zoom? Oh, I can zoom. There we go. And that, dear viewers, is Sydney. Centrepoint Tower, Australia Square, the new whatever it's called thingy where the casino is. Yeah, and this is Iron Cove. Now it's not Sydney Harbour. This is a little bubble of water. Right? It's just a cove. You can walk around there. You walk over the bridge. You can start here, walk over the bridge, go all the way around, and you can come back here. It's about an hour and 20 minutes. It's a very lovely walk. Chock-a-block in summer with people walking at night. It's lovely. This cove goes further around the corner, around a point there, and it ends up on the Parramatta River, which runs over there a couple of miles, a couple of kilometres. And this bridge leads onto another bridge called Gladesville Bridge, which goes over the Parramatta River. So if you don't know where I am, it's where I am at Drummoyne. That shore there is Leichhardt. And there's an aquatic centre just over there that I sometimes go swimming at. There we go, what a beautiful day. I woke up this morning, I packed all of my gear last night. Woke up this morning and it was foggy and overcast and pretty yucky. I thought, nah. And then it started to clear up. I thought, no, I've got to go out anyway because you never know what's going to happen. And I came back here. I made a glass plate photo here last time and I stuffed up the focus badly. Not the focus, I stuffed up the movements badly and I wiped it out. And I came back to reshoot a photo, and that photo is on that walkway there. So the jetty, looking down the jetty. But I ended up finding this one. So I came, and that's one of the things you do. You have a starting point, which was I'm going to reshoot the photo that I had before, which I'm not going to do now. And while you're looking at that, you'll find something else. Cool. Thank you very much. Yeah, I need one of those chesty things. I need one of those chesty things that you put your GoPro on. I've got one, I just need to use it.